Hello, hello, hello. JLR investigates. Come on in. Come on in. Got an alert going on. Another missing person case that needs attention. I see it making a lot of waves in the last 24 hours. We're going to talk about it. Come on in. So sad seeing these people disappear and vanish and families going through a nightmare. Very, very sad. We have another one, folks. We have another one. This is 29-year-old Nancy Ng. Nancy, last name spelled Ng. The way the media is pronouncing it, Ng, I-N-G. She's from California. In October, she went to a yoga retreat in Guatemala. She went on a yoga retreat in Guatemala and she has vanished. It was a lake. It's called Lake Atitlán. If I'm not pronouncing that lake right, I apologize. So let's talk because it's making rounds. The media's starting to pick up, and her family, I've listened to her family like literally cry. It's pronounced Ning. I have a friend with the same last name. I heard media say Ing. So, I don't know how we're gonna pronounce it here. I didn't actually hear it out of her own parents' mouth. But her parents are worried about her. This is happening way too often, folks. This is her family. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with this situation here, folks. Her family are not getting answers from Guatemala authorities. And that's the risk we take if you're from the United States. It's a risk we take when we leave the country and bad things happen. Because you're at the mercy of other governments, other nations, other countries. And if your loved one goes vanish, man, that sucks. And the way people are saying, and what she is she was going on a yoga retreat, it looks like. And she also works in education in a school district in California where she helps students with disabilities. So she's active in both yoga and travel. We're going to read. So there's so much stuff to go through. We'll just try to get an understanding of this, try to bring attention, use this platform to maybe help get the ball rolling, right? California yoga enthusiast Nancy Ng, Ng, is missing after a trip to Guatemala as her family says getting information is a live hell. Nancy's 29. She left her home in Monterey Park, California on October 14th to attend a week-long trip at Lake Atitlán, her family says. On October 19th, her family stopped hearing from her, and the person organizing the retreat said they couldn't find her. Even worse, her family has been unable to get any details from the day she disappeared or make contact with anyone who saw her that day. The family of a California woman is going through a living hell after she disappeared in Guatemala while attending a yoga retreat. Nancy Ng, 29, left the home in Monterey Park October 14th. She was an active yoga practice. She practiced yoga and had attended the same retreat the previous year, with her sister Nancy saying that she enjoyed it so much she wanted to go again. On October 19th, her family stopped hearing from her, and the person organizing the retreat said they couldn't find the yoga enthusiast. Even worse, her family has been unable to get any details from the day she disappeared or make contact with anyone who saw her. The last 2 weeks have been a living hell because when we first got the news that she went missing, we just had so many
questions, her sister said. And her sister, I guess her sister's also name is Nancy. Looks like. What happened? Where is she now? Is there a chance she's alive? We didn't know anything, she added. Nancy works at a local school district helping students with disabilities and is active in both yoga and travel in her personal life. Nikki said her sister found real healing and peace on the previous year's trip, held near a large body of water located within a volcanic crater, and was so excited to go again. She was saying it is so beautiful, Nikki recalled. Last year, she woke up every morning just to spend some time there by herself without the group, and this year was going to be more exciting because they had planned activities on the lake. The Ng family has attempted to try to get the State Department, FBI, and local officials to help. They've also hired a team in Guatemala that does search and rescue missions and have used divers and drones to try to locate her. They said they scoured about 95% of the lake. That's pretty. That's beautiful. Imagine going there doing yoga, meditating, getting peace. The volcanic area. And then vanish. Amy M says, good luck with the State Department. Let me show you a map of where this place is compared to where California is. So I got a map. Let me bring up the Google map. Because it looks like it's like tucked into Guatemala. It looks inland a little bit. So I'm loading it up now. Oh man, it's tough, man. When seeing loved ones can't get answers from their families or from officials in other countries, and people are not cooperating. Different states have rules, policies, procedures, different laws that are different than the United States. You're literally at the mercy. Let me just show you something here. Alright, so I'm going to show you how far the distance is from California to Guatemala, just so to give you guys a perspective. She's from California. She went all the way down here to Guatemala. So we're going to zoom in. We're going to go to the lake. We're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in, folks, to the area. And it's that dot. Actually, no. Where are we at? Where is this lake at? Give me 1 second. We are going to zoom in. I'm going to get directions. Give me 1 second. For some reason, it's not loading right. Oh, okay. Here, I was right. Same lake. I was right. But this is the area. So, this is the lake. This is Lake Atitlán. So, it's a big, giant lake in Guatemala. And it's far from the coastline. So it is inland. So there was a yoga retreat that she went to. It's an annual retreat. She was there before and went back. That's a big, vast area, literally. But they're claiming they searched 95% of the lake. Foreign countries don't have the same care and Ellie like the U.S. Natalie Holloway should be an example to everyone how other countries don't care. It's a risk you take when you leave. Definitely in my mind, it is a risk that you take when you leave. They're claiming they searched 95% of the lake. Now, who organized this yoga retreat? Like, who's the organizers? So let's read on. Let's read on and get more information. Family speaks. There's her. We don't know where she went missing because there's no corroboration of that, said Chris Sharp, who runs Black Wolf Helicopters and is part of the search. We've got a rough idea, but it varies from one side of the lake to the other. The most difficult part of the investigation, Sharp says, is the people who may have interacted with Nancy on October 14th when she vanished has not been open with any details. We just don't know because we're lacking that vital information. Ng's partner, Jared Lopez, has launched a GoFundMe to help pay for all the search and rescue missions. We're going to share that GoFundMe shortly. Her and her family. Maybe one of them is Jared. Maybe he's Jared. Maybe. I don't know. Is she... What's her country of origin? Is she like Chinese, Japanese? Can someone, does anyone know? Sharp says few details equals a large amount of possibilities as to what could have happened to her. We just wanted her to know that we love her so much and we just really want to bring her home, Nikki said. The FBI told local reporters that they are supporting Guatemala officials in their search, but that they remain in the lead in looking for NG. So the FBI is involved? Chinese, thank you. I'm hearing Chinese or Vietnamese.
So the FBI might be involved. Time is of the essence, and we are racing against the clock to bring Nancy home, her family said in a statement. It's been an ongoing nightmare not knowing what happened to Nancy or if we will ever get her back. All the family wants is to bring our daughter home. Please help us do so. And that is the end of this particular article. Now, there has been a GoFundMe set up by the spouse. And I'm just going to read the details because it could provide some insight, and we are bringing awareness to this situation. Because I think more media outlets are going to get involved with this. It seems like. 29 years old. You know, while this is loading up, I don't know, I'm having technical difficulties lately on my computer. While this is loading up, when I saw yoga and covering other cases, I immediately thought Caitlin Armstrong. When I say Caitlin Armstrong, because she was yoga, right? Is it becoming unsafe to even do yoga nowadays in this country? And I say that with sincerity. Like lately, some of these cases are centered around these tragedies of yoga. Is it just not safe to even do yoga anymore? Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Everybody want to say good morning to OJ. OJ, come here. I got to take her to the vet today. To get looked at, just to make sure you're okay. Annual checkups. If you have a pet, if you have a dog or a cat, it is recommended to just do annual checkups. Doesn't mean anything's wrong. Just go, get some blood work, get some things done. Make sure your pet is okay. Make sure they check their teeth, the blood work. Make sure nothing is... Okay, so I am running into technical difficulties. Let me go on my other computer here. Bear with me. Bear with me, because I want to show you something here. I want to show you something. Nancy. So people are saying, Ning. So this person put on
My roommate is still missing. Please share. We're going to click on it, and it's a GoFundMe. It is a GoFundMe, and look how much it raised thus far. And this is from Jared Lopez, who has organized it. Help us find Nancy and support NG family. My name is Jared Lopez, partner of Nikki. Okay, so actually the spouse of one of her sisters has organized that. Let me clarify that. My name is Jared Lopez, partner of Nikki Ng, Nancy's younger sister, and I'm organizing this fundraiser on behalf of the Ng family. Nancy Ng went missing in Lake Atitlán in Guatemala on Thursday, October 19, 2023. She is 29 years old. She loves yoga, traveling, hiking with her family, and cuddling with her cat. She has a kind heart, a big smile, and can talk to anyone about anything, and often about everything. She's a caring daughter, a loving sister, and a supportive friend. With the help of the Guatemala National Tourism Assistance Program and some kind locals, we have mobilized search and rescue efforts. The purpose of this fundraiser is to help support these efforts as well as the Ng family as they navigate this unfamiliar, terrifying situation. It's never easy to ask for money. It's even harder to understand these circumstances, but any contribution, big or small, will go a long way in helping us do all we can to find Nancy and assure that the Ng family that they are not alone. If you can donate, please do. If you do, please leave a note or say a prayer for Nancy and her family. It means so much for them. As of now, the funds will be directed towards the following: rescue efforts, helicopter, search and rescue team, equipment for volunteer divers, boat rescue teams, potential use of submarine and sonar equipment, family support, travel expenses in the event they need to travel to and from Guatemala, financial support should family members need to take time off work. In the event that the search and rescue efforts are unsuccessful, the funds will be directed towards funeral arrangements. Any remaining funds will be donated to a charity to be determined by her family. Thank you in advance for her thoughts, prayers, and supports. We will keep you updated as we receive more news. It's coming from the spouse of her sister. It's very, very sad, folks. It's a risk when you leave the country, though. Not blaming. They've raised a lot of money. But to go from California to Guatemala continuously, or New York, like they said, it's a lot of money. Once again, here is the GoFundMe. Now, what is going on at this resort? What type of yoga is this? What type of resort is this? Like, what is going on here? Oh, by the way, I found her Facebook page. I'll share so we can see her image, just in case anyone out there in Guatemala is watching JLR Investigates or could see or help or know something. Did she have any interactions with any of the attendees at the yoga retreat? Is the yoga retreat co-ed? Is it a couples? Is there singles? Is it centered around singles? Like when you go, are you mingling with a large group of people, like men, women, co-ed, couples? And where do they all sleep? Do they all sleep in cabins? Do they all sleep outside in the tents? Like, I want to know more about this yoga retreat. Is it close to where locals there, hang out too?
Or is this exclusively for, this retreat, and that's the area? I mean, is there no-go areas around there? Is there towns around there? Did she venture out to go to a local store? Did she have any interactions with any locals that she met? I have questions.
We should be questioning a lot. So this is her Facebook page. I saw that and I used that photo here as the thumbnail to this video. The reason why I did that is because it looks like she is like a dog lover. We love our pets, right? We love our pets. You have the cutest and fluffiest dog in the whole wide world. But this might not be her dog. Here's some pictures of her. Missing. Missing. What do you think? Jay Balu, why isn't the yoga retreat group coming forward with information? Suspect. How many people attended this yoga? What is the name of the yoga? What is the name of the organization of this yoga retreat? And I saw this post, so she might have been part of this fraternity or sorority. I saw this, and it said, "Hi, brothers. One of Lambda Mu's very own needs our help. From her sister's Instagram, Nancy has been reported missing. Her family has created a GoFundMe page. Please help if you can." And I think this is in Spanish. English and Spanish. Is the retreat very isolated? I'm going to dig in more to try to find out more details about this retreat and try to find out more about like what this retreat, like, is it like do they advertise it as a part of like a tourism thing in the United States where they say, hey, $2,000 for a week, come and do, yoga or whatnot. It was like a week long. Like, is this yoga, like, this yoga retreat thing, like, legit? The Yoga Forest Retreat Center. Is that what it is? The Yoga Forest Retreat Center? Let's see. The Yoga Forest Retreat Center. The Yoga Forest Retreat Center. Interesting. Is this it? Is this it? It says it's in Guatemala. Yoga's Forest Retreat Center. Personal yoga retreats in Guatemala. Let's analyze this. Let's see what this place is about. We'll get on. It's called the Yoga. I mean, I don't know if it's the same one, but considering that, yeah, look at this. It might be the same one, folks, because it's literally advertising like it's on the lake. Look at this. Look at this. There's the volcano. There's the lake. Nestled in the Guatemala highlands and overlooking the ancient azure waters of Lake Atitlán, The yoga forest is a place of magnificent natural beauty. For discerning travelers seeking solace, restoration, and sparkle of adventure, the yoga forest is your sanctuary. Here at the yoga forest, we understand you need to replenish and offer opportunities for renewal and restoration through immersed wellness experiences designed to nurture your body, mind, and soul. Join us on your transformative journey to rekindle your vitality and connect with your inner harmony. Very, very interesting. Cordy G said a spa cult. Great answer.
Great question, Great question. So, what... Let me see. Let me see how much this thing is. What's the cost? Book now. Offerings. Let's see what they offer. I'm just trying to get some information from this place. Like, this is something, and I'm assuming it's this. I'm assuming it's this retreat, because this is like the retreat that advertises on the same lake. And thus far, I've seen mostly women in these pictures. Morning meditation, 7:30 to 8 a.m., 8 to 9:30 yoga, 10 to 11 brunch, restorative yoga, 3 to 4:30 p.m., early dinner, 6 p.m. So what do you do after 6 p.m.? When exactly did she go missing that day? Like night? Day? Every day in the forest is a ritual with nature and the sanctuaries that inhabit it. By lodging with us, you have access to reparative routine that begins with daily meditations, 2 yoga classes, and ceremonies that will help lift your spirit. Let's see. Let's go up here and see accommodations, lodging. Forest cabins. So you stay in a forest cabin. That's what it says. Forest cabins. What do you think? Fell out of the tree? Tree fort? I don't know. Is this like safe? Do they drink there? Is Nancy a drinker? And I'm not saying it to be disrespectful. I'm asking questions. Is Nancy a drinker? Does this retreat, if you have an early dinner, do the people at night hang out and drink? Could there have been a terrible accident and a cover-up? It's not that expensive. It says $100 a night to stay at this retreat. $100 a night, 1 full-size bed and 1 single bed, private terrace and hammock, shared compost toilet, bathroom, and outdoor shower, 2 delicious vegetarian meals. What do you think? And no self-service probably out there. 0 self-service. Great point. I don't see self. Let's see. Book now. I'm going to book now and just see the price. So here's kind of like, see, here's the thing. Here's the offers here. Oh, wait, they do have internet there. They have internet here. Here's what you could do. You could pick Guatemala. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Guatemala. The yoga forest. Trying to get some information about
the accommodations there. You could stay in one of these. Look at that. Like part of this, you can overlook the lake and stay in these like domes, like tent domes up in the trees. I don't want to book it. I want more photos. Whoa, look at that. Very, very interesting. Who runs this company? Has there been accidents here before in the past? She was kayaking? Was she out kayaking? So they say. A kayaking on the lake? Water, go in the water, big lake. Kayaking? Is kayaking safe on the lake? Was she in a kayak with other people? Looks like you can get internet access there, by the way. Just to share. Internet packages, you can get internet while you're there. Jake Snakes, it's a typical incel type who hits on young girl traveling alone when things don't go their way, something happens. We see this all the time in missing cases. Did they bump into some dudes? Did she have an interaction with a guy? Heard the word incel. Did she have an interaction with a guy around that lake somewhere while kayaking? And I see the family speaking out, but why hasn't anyone from the retreat spoke out? Who was she with? Has the FBI interviewed everyone that was there? Her own brother spoke out. Look, her brother posted something. Richard, looks like. Alexander McQueen, thank you. JLR investigates the most exclusive, in-depth info ever. We're just trying to gather. Thank you, Alexander McQueen. We're just trying, bring awareness, gather insight, pick each other's brains, talk, come up with scenarios, possibilities on the information that we have thus far. But at the end of the day, the public awareness could make a difference. Pressure. My sister, Nancy, and Ing went missing while swimming in Lake Atitlán on Thursday, October 19th. Please click the Instagram link. So do they definitively know that she was in fact in the water? See, I've heard kayaking. Now, her own brother, is saying she went swimming. Because I saw kayaking. And I've seen also now swimming. That's coming out of a family member's mouth. Did she drown? Does the lake have alligators, crocodiles, big sea turtles, megalodon? Something like, and when I say megalodon, I'm serious. Like, does the lake have some sort of sea creatures or something that got her? Did a crocodile grab her in the water? Alligator? I don't know. Salt water or fresh water? Did something grab her if she was in swimming? Chris Sharp with Guatemala-based Black Wolf Helicopter says he searched most of the lake without any clues. At this point, he's starting to question if she really went kayaking. People could say whatever, you know what I mean? Oh, she was kayaking, but in reality, she could have been back at her retreat house. That's the thing. Like a red herring. Oh, yeah, she went kayaking. Was that just the excuse? Is there something more to this? How many females or how many people
Was she around? And as every one of those people attended the area, did they take a polygraph test? Not that a polygraph test is correct, but become forthcoming with, law enforcement. Who said she went into the water? Thank you for sharing that information, K Bale. Now I'm going back to has anyone ever let's look at this lake a minute. I'm showing you some pictures of this lake. Now,
the lake looks beautiful. Did she really go swimming? As the retreat, you go in via some docks here, or look at this stuff. Look at this. What's in that water? Kayaking, retreat. That is beautiful as it can be. These are some of the photos. Did she really go swimming? Did she really go kayaking? Or is there something more nefarious here? Is there a cover-up? Is there a cover-up with this situation? It says, let me see, I am an amateur kayaker, Cookie Crunch says, and we only go in shallow waters, and I honestly float most of the time. However, I've been told that not all waters are safe for kayaking. What was the weather that day? What was the weather around that time? Were they going through bad weather?
Now the question is, did she have her cell phone on her? Some of these retreat places, some of these places that advertise you want to be off the grid and you get your own, retreat, your own, whatever, bottom of the Grand Canyon, wherever. Some of them say, don't bring your phones, specifically to be off the grid, which isn't wise. I think you should have your phone on you at all times. Well, does she have a phone? Did she have a phone? Look at this. Look at these people.
I don't know what this is. This must be some hotel near there. But these ladies are literally eating on the water. That would be, I would literally do this. Look at that. Imagine having a nice meal and looking out there at that view. Now that looks like a balcony. So now here's another speculation with this situation. When I think of this and I think of water and a young female, 29, Joran Vandersloot. Did she meet a Joran Vandersloot type of guy that tricked her into taking her for a walk on the beach? Is it a tourist area where other people there, locals, and she met an interaction with a guy and she rejected this guy and it turned into that situation similar to a Natalie Holloway? Is this like a Natalie Holloway 2.0? Now this shows people swimming here. I'm just trying to give you a mental idea about this lake. Ohana says, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe she fell somewhere and they don't know where she is. In my country, people go missing all the time because they go hike on their own and get stuck in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, great point, Ohana. Did she decide to go out on her own just for a hike? Look at this. Hold on. Let me show you something. This kind of gives you an idea of the map. I wonder where the actual retreat. Next time I'll do my homework a little bit more. Let me see. I'm trying to get a map of the actual area. They had a let me see here. Look at this. Look at how they average. This is according to Wikipedia. JLR. Jan says, JLR, awesome, great coverage. Wherever JLR goes to cover the crime happening. Thank you for caring about the victims and families and getting the facts uncovered. We appreciate it. And thank you, Jan, for the support. Now look, the way this is on Wikipedia is they got kayakers in the water. And it looks like this lake, I don't know how many square foot this lake is and how big it is from end to end, but it looks big on the map. It looks like there's numerous communities around here. And essentially, it's fair to say that most of the area is surrounded by maybe roads or access trails. So, it's a big area. No, it's Guatemala. U.S. State Department, Level 3, reconsider travel. Local police lack the resources to respond to criminal incidents resulting in low arrest and convictions. Good point, Katie. Great point. Matter of fact, our State Department just last week or the week before urged people not to travel anywhere because of the instability of the world. I'm just wondering if we have a bad actor involved here, bad actors, or was this just a terrible accident? And if it is bad actors, are they affiliated with the retreat? I listened to some of the interviews of the family members who were crying and distraught, rightfully so, and want answers. I'm just wondering if this retreat has been forthcoming. And isn't it the retreat's obligation? Like, do you go to a retreat and the retreat pretty much says, like, if you want, go out on your own if you want. I mean, they kind of do that with cruises, right? When you go on a cruise and you go into different towns and you get off the cruise and you go into towns, you're kind of on your own, right? They just say, hey, come back at this time, get back on your cruise ship. Dub says they are on a cliff, off the grid, and 20 minutes away from anything in town, according to the owner, regarding one of their responses to a negative review. Thank you, Dub. Now we got more insight. Off the grid, 20 minutes away from civilization, high up. It kind of goes with what I said here with these forest cabins that you can stay at. That's good. I have to look at the reviews. Look. Like way out there in the jungle. Now, Guatemala. Are we talking about cartels and gangs out there? Talking about military out there at all? Like any people like navigating through there? Cartels are all over Central America, for sure. It's tough because in reality, federal FBI really has no jurisdiction. If something did bad happen to her there, what are the FBI going to do? Unless maybe it's another American that did something to her. If somebody did something to her. Again, I'm not saying, we just don't know. But we're speculating just like the family's speculating because the family doesn't know either. Who's the owner of this retreat? Has there ever been any accidents at this place before? You can't see the fishbowl I'm drinking because of that long straw, but it is my first drink being 21 years old. Thank you for all the birthday wishes and all who were with me by my side that night. It really was an amazing 21st. So she doesn't... Last time she posted on Facebook, believe it or not, is 2016. This is her Facebook, but publicly, last time she posted stuff. So these photos are years ago. Man, is it wise to travel abroad to these things in a buddy system? Like, did she go alone?
And if she goes alone, went alone, man, I don't know, man. Would you? For anything, would you like? I'm going to talk about the females here. Females in this chat. I don't know how old you all are, but would you go on like a retreat in the jungle in another country and go there on your own? That's very risky in my mind. I mean, that's like taking the plunge there. Would you go to a Central America, South American, south of the border type country? And she's 29, petite, still young. Would you just book a trip and go alone? Man, so risky. I mean, at least if you were going to go and you were in a relationship, you'd go with your significant other. If you're a female, you go with your male significant others. It's more, at least a sanctuary, or at least a little cushion of security here. But going alone, or even with your girlfriend, like a girlfriend, your BFF, that alleviates it a little bit, I think. Now, in fairness, travel and tourism happens all the time. Thousands and tens of thousands of people travel, probably alone, no problem. But this, what I'm saying is, this particular going on a yoga retreat in another country, is this something people should be more mindful of now that this has been brought to people's attention? Has this happened before? Here's the question: has this retreat company, this business, this yoga forest, people, not just even Americans, but people from all across the world go there? And has there been other people from across the world, some are not American, but kind of went to the same situation, something bad has happened to them? Like, has there been any other instances of females, not Americans, but just any female in general, or male, in that area, who has vanished within the last couple of years? Great questions. How do you find that out? I think it's hard to find out. So we're definitely going to look more into this and pay attention. This could turn into like another type of Natalie Holloway case. Unfortunately, cases happen like this a lot with missing people, so I don't know what type of like long-term attention this could get. But remember her face. Amy says, I wouldn't let my daughter go to school trip that involves overnights, and she's 15, even with chaperones. Like, we are literally in a different era. It's just so different nowadays, folks. And just don't go with one other girlfriend. You need a group of people. It's really, really sad. I could tell you, like, remember when I was at the border covering the stuff down at the border in Texas at Eagle Pass? I was so tempted because I've seen journalists, there were, the people that were crossing, the migrants that were crossing over the Rio Grande. I've seen journalists go over on the other side and stand over there with their cameras and kind of document the migrants crossing over on the Mexican side. And I was so tempted to go do the same thing. But my mind was like, no, JLR, do not leave this country. Because once you cross into another country, you're at the mercy of that country. You're not under American rules and laws anymore. And technically, I could have went over there with my camera and they could have swooped me up and said, I'm a spy, or something really crazy like that, and detain me. And then I have to go through the whole process. You're at the mercy of other countries. To me, it's scary. And I say this, and people talk about it. I talk to people all the time that say they travel, they go to Europe or they go wherever, they travel. to me, I think the United States, if you live in the United States, some of you might not even be from the United States that watch this channel. But for me, being in the United States, I'm like, dude, the United States has so much to see that most people have never seen. So much places and all types of, I mean, from desert to tropical to mountains to plains. It has everywhere. Like, at least explore the entire United States first before you really want to even venture out, because this country has so much to offer. There's so many places that I've never been to that I want to go. I want to go to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I want to go to Glacier National Forest. I want to go to Colorado Rockies. There's places to see. You're taking a big risk nowadays leaving this country. You think you're safe just because you get a passport, you go, but it's a whole different world. You don't know what's going to happen out there, particularly when you're in a remote area. I just don't trust it. It's probably why I'll never leave the country. I don't trust it. Do you guys feel otherwise? Or have you guys traveled and had no problems? Like, are we just over awfulizing here? Or we just make it seem worse than it really is? But normally everything's fine when you go into another country. This is just a sad, unfortunate circumstance. I mean, I just see it, the world changing. Yeah, I don't even feel safe really in the United States anymore. In different places, some places, like there's some places in this own country you can't walk at night without being harassed or possibly victimized. There are some places in the United States of America, some cities, they're literally no-go zones. You can't go. Yoga's good though. Yoga is good for you. I don't know. Do you guys ever do yoga? Oh, they put an update on that GoFundMe. Let me just share this before we sign off. This was on October 30th. This is from the GoFundMe. It's been 11 days since Nancy disappeared, and we still have found no signs of her. With each passing day, our family nightmare continues to get worse. Our fears of never finding her are more real. With the help of Black Wolf helicopters, our hired professional search and rescue team, the Bomberos Volunteer Air Rescue Station, the Bomberos Dive Team, and amazing local volunteers, we have conducted an extensive search of the lake. However, our search efforts have been hampered by insufficient information regarding the exact circumstances and location of Nancy's disappearance due to the failure of key witnesses, many of whom have returned to the United States in the past week. Whoa! To step forward and provide a witness report. Whoa. That is interesting right there, folks. So it seems like some people that attended this retreat have returned to the United States and are not cooperating with the family. Due to the lack of this imperative information, the search is now subject to investigation by local prosecution, the FBI, and the State Department. As we continue to seek answers regarding Nancy's disappearance, we need all the help, support, and awareness we can get. To that end, we desperately ask that you do the following. Continue sharing and posting our updates to social media. We are doing that here on JLR Investigates. Call or email your local state and federal officials to request that they take action regarding this case. So they want action. They want people, call of action in a sense of contact local and state federal officials and ask them about this case. We've included a template blurb you can use below. Interesting. Connect us or tag any media contacts you may know that will help us get the word out. Here's the template, by the way. Blurb template. Hello, my name is, and you insert your name. And I am a constituent from
state, or district. I'm calling because I'd like to request that you ensure urgent action is taken regarding the recent disappearance of Nancy Ng, a U.S. citizen who went missing in Guatemala. The Ng family currently lacks information about the exact circumstances and location of their daughter-sister's disappearance, due to the unwillingness of key witnesses to step forward and provide witness report. I respectfully urge you to ensure the appropriate U.S. authorities, including the FBI and Department of State, conduct a proper and thorough investigation so that the family can find closure and, if the truth sheds light on it, justice. Thank you for your consideration and assistance in this matter. Actually included pictures. Look at that. So that's a big lake, folks. But was she really in the lake? Oh, we got search teams. We got search teams. Look, outside the lake area, look at all that jungle, all those hills, mountains. Corey G says they're hiding something. What do you think? These are some of the search efforts. So they got helicopters. So, you know, we're only going on 3 weeks now, folks. 19th. Did she really go in the lake or not? Would you swim in there? Just naturally just swim? Someone knows something, Shelley says. And are not talking. What are they hiding? Corey says there's also jaguars, cougars, tarantulas, venomous snakes in the forest there. But don't you think like they would have... Okay, so let me ask you something. Have they searched around the retreat? Or where this yoga retreat happened? Have they searched the actual area? Or are they just doing the waterway based off the information that she went swimming or kayaking? Is there actually photos or videos out there of them searching the lake? Scary thought. Here's the flyer again for people that are just jumping on. So this one's in Spanish. I'm assuming it's Spanish. And English. By the lake. Poor family, because the family... Man. Imagine it's so bad that the government doesn't necessarily help you, where you have to go into GoFundMe and try to raise money for search and rescue efforts. Imagine your child does this. Did her family know that she was doing this beforehand, like going to do this, or she just kind of just goes and does it and tells her family, I'll be back in a week? Did some people just go places and not really tell their family? Did her family kind of warn her about going? Or is this just in a mindset like, hey, I'm going to Disney World, I'm doing something really cool, this is going to be great, and not think of the risks to this? According to some people that posted in this group, the retreat is farther in the jungle a little bit, away, up on higher hill. A lot of unanswered questions. So we'll be covering this case extensively. I'll keep you updated. We're just
brainstorming. We don't have answers, but we can make a difference as far as, you know, keeping her name out there and helping. And, you know, it's just have a prayer for her family and pray that there's some resolution. Hopefully we get some good news today and says she's been found, right? After extensive search, she's been found. She wandered off, or, you know, she was just hanging out somewhere. She's okay. Let's just hope that she's okay. So, praying for that. All right, guys. I'm JLR Investigates. Thanks for watching. We've been on over an hour, and I'll keep you posted on this if anything new pops up on this. Share this video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe, like, hit the notification button. Monday morning, 11/6/2023. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you know any first-hand information you want to share or provide some insight about this matter, if I said something that's not correct or anything like that, please email jlr@jlrinvestigates. Covering cases. We'll see what happens with this one. All right, everyone, have a very productive day. Be safe. Love your loved ones. Stay vigilant. We will talk soon. Have a great day, everyone.